if you get too cold, just let me know. We could wrap this up. You know what I mean? Because it is pretty cold. So, yeah. So I guess it's gonna be both of y'all since you do like help with manage things like that.
Everything she's doing just to kind of keep her on track. Had a lot of stuff coming through, so I'm trying to keep everything on track and make sure she's doing, just kind of managing everything. And then I do all of her marketing and stuff.
Okay. What kind of how long have you been modeling for?
I started about a year ago, and I've just been doing little jobs here and there, and then I just decided I want to take off and go all in for it and see how I can do.
What's your definition of going all in? Like, if you were to describe like going all in, what's in your mind? What's all in?
Like putting all of my energy that I have just into modeling, like reaching out to everybody I can, like doing any collabs I can, like posting everywhere, like
I love that.
Being a little obnoxious about it.
Well, has it been hard? I know I guess, how recent have you decided that you're gonna go all in? Has it been recent? Is it like a year?
It's been very recent, yeah. It's been like a week, maybe a week and a half.
Okay, I love that. Yeah. What made you finally decide to?
I was just sick of like not getting jobs. I'm like, okay, I love doing it. Let's just go.
Okay, I love that. Okay. What kind of modeling, I guess?
I'm doing more like lifestyle.
Okay.
I would love to do any kind of modeling, but I'm focusing on lifestyle right now. So just like cutesy stuff, like. And going into this, I was like, I want to do like bridal wear or like formals, but
interesting.
I'd like to start like casual, and then see what I can do. You know.
Lifestyle as in what sense? Like lifestyle, like for, let's say, like a clothing brand reaches out to you, or like you building your brand and people, let's say, like brands reach out to you just so that way you get to like model their clothing and stuff like that.
I'd say both, right?
Yeah, we're trying a little bit of both. She wants her original goal was to do fashion modeling, but I think she's too short. I think she needs to be 5'9". So she wants to go as far as she can. What we're reading right now is she needs to start in lifestyle and kind of build her way up as high as she can go with her height. I mean, she's tall, but she's not tall enough, according to everything that we've read. But I don't know. We're new to this.
How tall are you?
5'7".
Okay, but I think the crazy thing now that social media is a lot more open-minded and things like that, let's say, I'm not saying you might, because I don't like saying like capping things out, because there's always opportunities. But maybe let's say we're not gonna be modeling like at a specific Paris runway, you know what I mean? But I feel like if there's different brands and different aesthetics, and especially if you start building your own personal brand, brands are willing to overlook your height because they just like the way you model, the way you pose, the way you take your pictures. So it's just because you're 5'7", I wouldn't take that out of the picture, especially if it's something you're passionate about. Again, you might not do like high-end runways, which I feel like you would be able to, because I feel like now, like maybe like back then, maybe back in the 2000s when everything was more strict, like you like runway model, like that show Runway Models, there were specific heights that you were required to do. Yeah, of course, sometimes like the requirements are still there, but I feel like height is something we could start overlooking. But I definitely don't. I would suggest, if that's something you want to get into or something you want to do, definitely don't give up on it. Like, there's other like runways shows you could like start applying to in walking, and like you could get it even no matter the height. So don't let the height stop you from.
5'7" and 3/4.
There you go.
It's almost 5'8".
With heels or without heels?
Without. So she's close.
Heels, I'm like 6 foot, 6'1".
There you go. Okay, so you see.
I'm up there.
But we've only been doing. We've been working. We started her page about a week ago.
Okay.
She's had a ton of interest in her stuff.
Absolutely.
So we're trying to build her page up. Her personal Instagram page, she's been modeling and posting it on there. So we're trying to figure out how to transfer that stuff over to her new page without it being obnoxious. So like once a week we're doing like a throwback Thursday.
Okay.
To, something, and putting her old modeling pictures on the new page.
Obnoxious to who? I don't mind. I don't mean to cut you off.
The people that are looking at the page.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Things are getting lost, or
Okay.
you know.
So there's new and old mixed together.
Okay. Like whenever it comes to like content, especially like on TikTok, I'm sure you've heard like the more content you post, the better it is. I feel like I'm in the process of building an app, and like one thing that I really look for is people that continue, continue post content, because I feel those are the people that are most likely gonna wanna like work. You know what I mean? Because sometimes one of the issues that I'm having is that there's opportunities out there, but I feel like there's models that aren't necessarily that serious about it, because obviously, right, there's like things that take priority and things like that. So like whenever it comes to like being too obnoxious, like if they don't like it, they could just unfollow you. You know what I mean? Because it benefits you at the end of the day. It shows them that you're actively looking for people, and I feel it makes photographers, as a photographer, more comfortable to reach out. Okay, you know what? She's constantly doing things, like I'm gonna reach out to her because I know she's a reliable. Yeah, exactly. She's excited about it, and I feel like photographers want to see that. You know what I mean? They want to see that. So definitely don't cap yourself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe there's platforms where you're like, okay, you know what? Like I might like do one or two, but like as much as you can, like post,
Good
because
to know.
it definitely helps, especially when it comes to engagement. Like I started posting more on TikTok, and like I could see that too, especially on my Instagram as well. My personal one, like the more I post, like the more engagement. It might not get the same excitement, but I'm posting for myself, like whether people like it or not, because again, I feel it makes it more. I become more credible. Like for example, if I was to just be posting once a week, and then you look at my Instagram, and I'm like, hey, you know what? You want to work together, and you look at my page, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be like, I haven't seen enough work. I haven't seen you been working with a lot of people compared to like you looking at my Instagram. Oh man, he shot here, he worked with her, and he worked with him. You know what I mean? Then you're like, okay, like you start building that trust that people that I feel like, especially when it's like a girl working with a guy, you start building that trust because you're like, you could fact check him. Okay, like let me reach out to that model and let's see how he worked compared to like if I was to be posting once a week, but maybe I've been shooting every single day. But going back to that topic of like, hey, you know what? I don't want to overwhelm these people. It's kind of gonna be biting me in the butt because I'm gonna be like, oh well, if you had more content, Abby, I would have shot with you so much sooner. I would have worked with you so much earlier because I would have started building that trust. So please don't.
Okay, good to know.
What's one of the obstacles you've been facing? As far as exposure, I know y'all barely started. Like,
We can't take off on TikTok. I don't know if we're doing it wrong. I don't know anything about TikTok.
Okay.
But Instagram is good. Facebook is really popping off. But
Facebook groups, right?
yeah.
Okay.
But TikTok is just, and even her Facebook page, she's getting so many likes and interactions. But I think it's mostly people she's grown up with, and because a lot of them are on Facebook. But we're just trying to get the numbers up good, because I think like when people look at her page, they're like, oh, she has 200 followers. You know, maybe they're not going to take her seriously.
Okay.
So we're trying to get the followers.
I think to contradict the followers, I personally, as a photographer, don't look at the followers. I rather work with someone barely starting off than just completely. But to not contradict it, but to like balance it out, it goes back to posting consistently, like, because they start seeing, even if you're not shooting, like just tell your mom, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what, mom, let's like take a picture of me, you know what I mean? Or like if there's like specific poses, again, it depends on what kind of like modeling you want to do. I like editorial photography, so I really like the funky, like abstract, artsy type of photos. So like if that's something, like for example, you wanted to get into that, like say, okay, you know what, like you start making TikTok videos, like showing an example of like, this is the pose that I'm gonna try to perfect, and just showing you like trying it out, like show funny moments, you know what I mean? Like you failing, you falling, and things like that. Having your mom join you, having your little brother join you, you know, you directing your brother, and things like that, just so that way, like TikTok's a little bit harder, but when it comes to TikTok, like the more you post, the more views you start getting, the more, and even if like you don't get as many views, because when I post on my TikTok, it isn't like I'm getting a lot of views, but there's a lot of people, like a lot of my conversations with the people I do network with and connect with, a lot of them comes through TikTok. Like they message me and things like that. So just keep posting on it and things start looking up.
Like just like take a picture. Like I took a picture of her over there by that door, that blue door over there.
Okay.
So something like that would be a story, not an actual post. Or would you think it'd be more beneficial if it was like a post? Like, you know what I mean? Like, would it be good to be permanent on her page, or would it be better to be on a story?
Like for Instagram, it's like your portfolio. So like trying to have like more like high quality photos on your portfolio.
Okay.
But yeah, post them on like on your stories. The same thing goes with TikTok. Like post as much as you can. Even on those regular posts, just like do on my way to like coffee shop, and just like post you as much as possible. I mean, you don't necessarily have to be posing, especially on TikTok. You just take a picture, you know, like, oh, like you look really pretty today. Like, you know what I mean? Let me take a picture of you. You know, just so that way you could just so that way you can start getting more practice in front of the camera. You feel comfortable?
Okay.
You feel comfortable in front of a camera?
I think so,
Yeah?
yes.
Okay. How many photo shoots have you done?
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe.
I'd say her sister's a photographer.
Okay.
So,
I would say 20.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, about 20. But like, her sister has a very specific style. It's very clean. Like, she wants to get into more of the different types of photography too.
Okay.
So, you know, where the filters are dark, or I don't know what the different types of photography are.
Of course.
But just where she has a whole portfolio of different looking pictures,
Okay.
instead of pictures just in formals, or pictures, you know, just in just all dressed up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what we're looking at too, is kind of branching out and getting her different types of photos, so that people can look and see that she's diverse. Because when you look at her, you're like, okay, she's formals, like or I do, but I think we need her to be able to do other type of photography.
Okay. I know you said it's been like a week. Like, have you like started reaching out to other photographers?
Yes,
Yeah?
I think I've reached out to at least 5.
Well, there's
Okay.
5 that reached out to her.
Okay.
And 2 of them, it's still in the works. So
Okay.
we haven't nailed anything down yet. So that's another thing that we've got to remember to keep following up, because we want to get that different look on her page.
Is there like an obstacle you see y'all are facing whenever y'all are reaching out to photographers that you wish could be a little bit better, a little bit easier whenever it comes to like actually making things happen, or do you think it's just a time type of
I
thing?
think it's just because we just started, and
Okay.
we're just, because I don't even know if it's been a week. Has it been a week?
I don't think so.
It hasn't been very long, maybe 4 days or something, but we're just waiting for, like, one of them's going back and forth about outfits and stuff. We just don't have the date when it's going to happen.
Okay.
So we're going back and forth, having conversations about what outfits and what she's going to wear and all this stuff, but we haven't got it like nailed down.
Okay. Well, that's fair. Well, what's something you would want to start doing? Like is there like, how soon would you want to start shooting?
I mean, tomorrow.
Okay.
Like, I'm ready whenever.
Okay.
Just planning is what we're focusing on right now,
The thing.
I guess.
Whenever it comes to like outfits, you think you have like, I guess on that one, would it be like, are you open to like it being like an actual like TFP, like collaboration, where like either the photographer brings the idea, or do you want to tell the photographer, hey, you know what, this is the style I'm looking for, and just going based off of that and let the photographer adjust to you?
I mean, I guess with both,
Okay.
but it depends on what the photographer's wanting,
Okay.
I guess.
She's wanting the photographer to be creative, because we don't know what to do. What she's meaning is, like, she doesn't want to do like guitar or
Oh yeah.
anything like that. Her boyfriend's very
Yeah. Now I hear you.
so he's pretty not okay with any of this.
Of course.
She's trying lingerie.
Of course. That's fair.
So,
That's fair.
But everything else, we want to get some creativity because we're kind of stuck. I see her,
Yeah.
you know, Haylee, formal, but I think other people can see her in a different way and see like the, you know, maybe like dark. I mean, even like sultry pictures, you know, that's not lingerie.
Yeah.
He won't have a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's in the army. He's
Oh, is he?
Georgia.
Oh no, no. He's serving our country, so yeah, we gotta respect him. That's fair. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. My mind went blank. I'll come up back with that. I have this idea that I want to be able to bring to life, and I really like the enthusiasm and things like that. Like I said, I'm in the process of building an app, and I want to be able to bring as much value as possible. And the people that I want to target is people that are very eager, like you mentioned, to make it your priority and things like that. I have this idea where I want to make like a little zine. A zine is like a little homemade magazine.
Oh, okay.
So what I want to be able to do is, ideally I would want to have like, let's say 10 models from San Antonio, right? And have their portfolio showing like the San Antonio models, like one, and then have like your name, your age, your city, your height, your interests, and like are you open to like collaborate, like your Instagram handles, and like what do you like what you're into, right? And then right here would show your like pictures of your portfolio.
Okay.
My goal with this is to be able to have like 10 models, and as I'm walking around and I see someone with a camera handing out that zine, that little magazine to them, just so that way they could like look through them and say, okay, like I would like to work with her, and like it already has like your contact information, like your Instagram, which makes it a lot easier for people like to connect with, and they would like message you, right?
I love that idea.
The goal also would be like to maybe go to like a coffee shop and like leave a couple there, like giving you some, so that way if you see someone, like handing them out to them. And the whole point is to be able to help you get as much as exposure as we possibly can. And again, I don't want to do it just for anybody. The goal is for people that really are interested, because I feel like your brand is everything. And for me, brand is like fulfilling a promise that I have. My promise for my users is that if someone reaches out to you, the probability of you answering is going to be very likely. Why? Because you really want to get the ball rolling, you really want to connect, you really want to shoot. Doesn't mean you're going to say yes to everything, but you're most likely going to respond and say yeah, like with enthusiasm, yeah, compared to like people that they just want to show their portfolio, but like I message them and they're like, I mean, maybe next month or maybe in 3 weeks, you know what I mean? So the goal is for photographers to be like, oh, like Haylee, like I saw your thing, like are you open to, like tomorrow, are you open like in a couple days, are you open like next week? And hopefully you're booked enough that eventually you'll be able to start saying no and start picking like who you want to shoot with. But like in the moment you'll be like, yeah, and start building your portfolio as quick as possible. I know people say like time is everything, but I feel like the thing that balances that out is how much you want it. If I go out and like I network and I like work with as many people, I'm able to build that portfolio so much quicker. I'm able to learn so much quicker. Ask questions to the photographers. Again, I want this to be an environment where people like are very eager to like learn, share, and things like that. So that's the goal. At this moment, like it's a brand new idea. I'll be more than happy to help you like build your portfolio, all for free. Again, like what I want to do is, again, content, right? Like showing what I want. Like I want to prove my point, and my point is that if you work with people that really are eager to do it, like you could go so far. Like and that's the thing that I want to like be able to showcase to people. Like, you know what? Like if you find those people that really are interested in, like you could go so far. So like for me, like it's never been about money. My thing, it's like always been about creating and things like that. So I left so much money on the table because for me, like I just like creating. I just like the art of taking pictures. I just like it and I enjoy it so much. So if you are interested, Mom, too, like let me know. We could start like coming up. Like we could go get coffee and start seeing. Or even if you want, like at home, you have Pinterest, right? Start building like a mood board. I have a mood board as well.
These are the kind of pictures she kind of needs. She doesn't have anything like that. Like what are they called? Polaroid, or are they called?
I forgot the name of it, but yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That she needs something like that.
Yeah, and so I'll be more than happy to like do that. If you want, we could also like rent out maybe like a studio and go do that and like maybe like do that. I really want to start going back to like creating like meetups. So maybe I could say, you know what, like especially like on Facebook, hey, you know what, we'll be shooting at X location. If any photographer or any model wants to show up, you know, and work, so that way you're able to connect with more photographers and like they're able to snap your pictures and they'll be able to send you the photos they take. So that way, again, you're able to build those your portfolio so much quicker. Again, I'm here to help. So like use me however you want, you know, like if
We
you.
have a lot of questions and I'm pretty sure they're stupid questions.
Yeah.
So we're like trying to figure it out. But this is something she's wanted to do her whole life. And, I mean, even when she was a little kid, she took a sewing class and she was making dresses for her sisters. And she's always loved fashion. And I was like, maybe let's just 2026, let's just do it.
I love that. No, and like I said, I really do admire that. I feel like I think you have so much potential, and like again, it all depends. It doesn't depend on anybody else. It all depends on you, like how hard you put yourself out there, how hard you work, and keep messaging people. Like if there's anything I could do, I could start sending, like if you want your profile to like my friends that are photographers and letting them know that y'all are interested.
Yeah.
I'll start being a little bit more active on that account that I am. That account is for my app. Just start showcasing you. If there's photos you want me to showcase and do, if you go out and create content, like tag me like on the story, like maybe like little, you don't have to like put it up, just tag me little, just so that way I could repost it on my story, and just so that way it makes it easier. Again, my whole point is to help y'all as much as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Like there's no such thing as a stupid question. Again, it helps me learn how to answer questions, and it helps me, okay, like maybe start saying, okay, you know what, like I never thought about this, you know what I mean? And just, and then just start showing that, like, please, like feel free to use me, like if you want, like we could set up more, like maybe once a week. We could do once a week like coffee meetups, and we could start posting it, like if you have friends that want to be models, to like, you know what, just so that way they could start seeing, you know what I mean? Just so that.
My sister wants to get into it. She's 16. I don't know if she's old enough or not. I don't know if there's an age limit as long as her parents with her. I don't know.
Yeah. How old are you?
19.
19. Okay. The thing with that, like, just out of precaution, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be very important that you're always there. You know what I mean? It's just that it might throw away. It might put off some photographers from working. You know what I mean? Also because maybe not with females, but more with like males, just for like safety reasons from both ends. You know what I mean?
Being a man in this world, because it's like you know, I'm glad I have 3 daughters, and I'm glad I don't have any sons, because I was like, you guys can take somebody with you.
Yeah.
Everything.
Exactly.
So somebody says something.
Exactly. No, absolutely. So maybe with your daughter it might be a little bit harder, but again, the moment you start building like relationships with like photographers, it doesn't even have to be like male, you know, like the moment you start building like relationships with even females photographers, like say, oh, you know what, like my daughter's like, she's trying to get into it, or even you, like just start snapping pictures of her and just start posting it and start helping her, like.
And she could come to the meetups and kind of
Absolutely.
listen.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have any questions, feel free. I know your code, and I don't want to make you suffer anymore. But yeah, like feel free to tell me like anything I can do. If you want to start shooting, I'll send you like like not my portfolio, but like my mood boards for my Pinterest account.
That'd be perfect.
And like see what y'all are into. We could start doing some.
She really needs something like
Yes.
This would actually help me out too, so that way I could start doing it as well. With that one.
that. That's a good picture.
Not the picture I wanted, but, but for example, this one, she was gonna do. She messaged me the night before. She told me, "Hey, Abby, I need some headshots," because she was gonna do like a runway. She was gonna try to apply for one. So we just went to UTSA and like we just took pictures. So we ended up using just the background. You know, we could start like working with things like that. If that's the case, then
Yes.
it's with this. If we were to do something like that, it's no makeup whatsoever.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be like just plain black or plain white. Don't do your hair. It's just like your natural look, your natural thing. So if that's something you want to start getting into, it's
And
just.
does she need those headshots for, commercial lifestyle, or is that more as she gets further in?
It does. It never hurts to have them. You know what I mean? So, especially if like there's like maybe like a runway you wanna apply to, they are gonna ask you for. What are they, digitals? I think they're called
maybe
digitals.
so.
They're gonna ask you for digitals. So like it's better for you to just have some updated ones, and every month I'll help you do your digitals. You know what I mean? Like every month, like just get like your digitals and things like that. So if you want, we could definitely start with like digitals and start messing around with that.
Okay.
And then like again, if you want to shoot more, like let me know. I'm down to shoot as much as possible. The 31st is my last day at my work. So after that, I'm quitting my job and I'm focusing 100% on my app.
You're doing the same
So
thing.
yeah, so I'm gonna be free. So feel free to take advantage of it.
Okay.
Don't feel like you're bothering me. Don't feel like you're doing too much. Like no, like do that. Because at the end of the day, it really does help me. It helps me. Like I want to be able to showcase that. You know what? Everything just feels so much different when you start working with people that really want it. You know what I mean? Compared to like people like, oh man, like hey, like you know what, we messaged and like do you want to do it? Do you know? Like everything just changes. So like I said, like whatever I could do to help y'all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them.
Okay.
I don't know if there's anything you have in mind or you mom have in mind that you've been wanting to ask.
I think I can't think of anything right now. We have a book at home that has some questions in it that we've been trying to. We've been using ChatGPT.
It always helps.
Yeah, but just the pictures, because it's telling us we need to post. We're trying to post every day.
Of course.
Like on a story or whatever, and so that's what we've been trying to do. But that makes it better. Like just grab a shot anywhere. It doesn't have to be like a professional picture. Just something
Absolutely.
random going on during the day.
It also helps you get a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera. Even though it is gonna be sometimes like nerve-wracking, like working with like a complete stranger, but like the more you shoot, the easier it gets. So
Okay.
like definitely like shoot as much as possible,
Okay.
even at home, even if you don't post them. Like really practice. I guess that's why it's. People tell me like, oh, I want to try different things, but it's really important for you to start. You don't have to pick a specific genre at the moment, but it's very important for you to start getting like an idea. Hey, you know what? Like this is something I really want to start doing. Getting a little bit more of an idea of what you want.
So should her page, her portfolio be like focused? Is that what you're saying? Like not as much like having different looks, but like being more focused on the look that she's going for? Or should she have a little bit of everything?
At the moment, I feel like it's good for you just to experiment and try everything
Okay.
and anything, but it's really good to start like figuring out what you want. Again, I was having this conversation with someone like earlier this week, and it's like brands reach out to you for a specific aesthetic, and if your aesthetic is all over the place, unless it's your brand, it's gonna be very hard because again, like brands, they have a specific brand, a specific target audience, and that's who they want to target. And if they see your portfolio and your portfolio is just scattered everywhere, they're gonna be like, I mean, like the same thing goes with like photographers. Like photographers, like the more advanced they get or the more like the longer they shoot, they start seeing like editorial. Like I'll never shoot like a wedding unless it's someone I know, but because that's not my style, you know what I mean? So like someone might reach out to me and say like, hey, I'll be like, you want to shoot a wedding? Unless I really owe you a favor, or like I feel guilty, then I'll do it. But besides that, I won't. If people like tell me, hey, Abby, you want to shoot like just regular, just portrait shots, I'm like, no, because I like more the artsy things. So it's.
Can you show us what editorial and like the art, like something artsy? Because
So it's more like this.
That's it.
Okay.
She wants to do the weird stuff, like the weird clothes.
Yeah, the weird.
High fashion stuff,
Yeah, you see, the same thing goes with like poses. So, so it's something like if it's not something you're like used to, it's gonna be kind of challenging. But again, the more you practice it at home, the more you do things.
But this is what you've been, so that's what it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, editorial. Yeah, editorial. So. And again, like everybody has their own like definition of editorial and how they mix it up. So there's also like moody photography, like and it's a little bit darker and like not necessarily gothic, but it's just like the colors on it is just it's just different. So.
See, I'd like her to try everything and see, kind of where she fits and what she enjoys the most. The different types of photography, because right now we're kind of just the pretty, pretty gowns and that kind of photography. But she wants to get more into, artsy stuff.
The thing also you could start doing, you could go thrifting, start looking up inspiration, go based off of that, and it'll like really change everything too, because like you might see it, but then you start wearing clothes that it might be too baggy, might not be tailored to what you might be used to, and it's just gonna be completely uncomfortable. So you getting used to like things like that again, like whenever you start shooting with like more of a professional photographer, they might, or like even a brand, and you're just the model. Like it's a conversation I was having with like a model too. It's like, oh, but I don't feel comfortable wearing that. I'm not saying nothing provocative or nothing like that, but it's like she was like, oh, but it's too big of it's too big for me. It's not, and like I don't want to wear it. But I'm like, you have to understand that if you're gonna be a model for them, you're there.
You wear what they want.
Yeah, exactly, because you're there to bring their vision to life and things like that. And I told her I'm not talking about like being provocative or anything like that. But I'm saying like whenever it comes to like fashion and things like that, they're gonna tell you to wear certain things and things that you might not be used to. And if you keep saying no to those things, then it's gonna be like, first of all, why are you shooting editorial photography? Second of all, then like, do you really want to shoot? Because I'm like, it can be about you, you know what I mean? Especially.
Okay.
So yeah, it's super important for you to go thrifting, like start like looking at it, like make that a series. Oh, I'm gonna like you show a picture of like the inspiration and just go, you and mom go try to find like make that vision come to life, and then take pictures and then post it, things like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Thank you. You've been so
Of course.
I guess we can talk about when we can do the first shoot.
Absolutely.
We're open. I'll get back with you tonight.
Okay.
Look at the schedule, but I believe Tuesday or Thursday night, or Thursday night. Today's Tuesday, so Thursday would be a good time. If
Okay.
That's not too fast for you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm down. I'm honestly down. We'll see how the weather is. I'm gonna try to see if I could like find maybe a studio, especially if we're doing digitals, and hopefully we're able to shoot
whatever
that.
you want to start with. That was just something that she does need digitals done eventually, but
I think digitals would be cool. So
Okay.
yeah. So and then we could start getting to it, and then we could start planning out the outfits and things like that. So yeah, we could definitely aim for that.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah. If you need anything, like feel free to reach out. I'll send your portfolio to some of my female photographer friends that I really do like. They're amazing. So hopefully something comes from it. So.
And I'm open to any critiques.
Of
So
course.
if you see anything, let me know.
Of course.
I'm open to
Yeah.
anything.
Sounds good.
trying to do it right. Do you mind if I get a picture of you guys?
Of course, yeah. As long as you're able to send it to me, then yeah.
Oh, it's cold.
Maybe
Here?
my phone is so cool. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Try and start with 1, 2.